Hello, people. If that little terrible tale I told offended anybody, it's too bad. You're too brain dead to get the moral of the story. Let me try to put it this way. So I was growing up, we had this kid that grew up in the neighborhood with us, and he wasn't quite as smart as the rest of us were. So I came up with this idea. Me and my buddies, my dad, he had these pill bottles, so we came up with this idea. We're going to put these rabbit turds in this pill bottle and give them to my friend, Tim. He was slow learning. I was going to tell him they're smart pills, see? And so we get these rabbit turds in this pill bottle, and we approach Tim, and I walk up to him, I say, "Hey Tim, we all know you're a little slower, you know it, I know it. So why don't you take some of these smart pills here, they'll make you smarter." So Tim, he grabbed this bottle and says, "Oh yeah, I'm willing to try anything to make myself smarter." So he pops one of these pellets in his mouth, and he swallows it. I said, "Oh no, you gotta eat more than that. It's gonna take 2 or 3 of them to get you going, get you smarter." So he dumps 3 of them pellets in his hand, and as he's throwing them in his mouth, I say, "Hey, you got to chew it up, they work faster." And he throws them in his mouth and he starts chewing them up. He spits them out and says, "That tastes like shit." And I said, "See, you're getting smarter already." Does it make a little more sense now, people, what I was trying to say? I hope so. Keep feeding the people this shit and they do get smart. They wise up. Just like I'm trying to wise you people up. I'm going to tell you something. Everything that's going on with my idea, I don't know what it is, and I don't know why I'm here. And I don't know why I've been asking you the questions on this internet. And I don't know why I'm giving you the information. Because you're all a bunch of fucking idiots. You refuse to obey fun. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to go into the details on why I should be dead. But there are 3 different events in my life where I should be dead. My mother is a testify to one of them. Ron Shell is a testify to one of them. And everybody that was at the cake party in Cataldo at the Black Bridge when I fell about 28 feet or whatever from the top of the Black Bridge to the rocks below head first, they were there. And I'm still alive. And as I went through life, I produced 5 children, buried 1. And I took it in stride and I carried on my life. And I ended up being a productive member of society. I've been prosecuted, become victim of the system, I don't know how many times, people, before I woke up and started fighting back. Started realizing. I don't know how many times it took. I couldn't tell you. But I do know that when I had my grandchildren, I realized that being a drunk wasn't the way to be. That I had realized by then that this world was deteriorating. I could even see it in my drunkenness. But when I had my grandchildren, I wanted to sober up and spend the time with them jewels. I wanted to inform them to think for themselves. Don't be fooled by the indoctrination system. Don't be fooled by the corporations or anybody else who wants to lead your mind astray. I tell my grandchildren every time I have them to use your own judgment, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on everything you see. Don't you let anybody, nobody, make what your reality is for you. Now, let me say this. I went tax exempt, motherfuckers. I fucking quit funding government. But you motherfuckers won't do it. You keep funding terrorism. So what happens? The government steps in on my employer and forces me to fund terrorism. because none of you ballless cocksuckers will tell him to fuck off like I did. Yeah, I may be ended up dead, I don't care. I'd rather die a free man than live with chains binding me to this fucking government, killing people all over the world in your name. No thank you. So, here's where the hypocrisy of it all comes in. I watch the chemtrails be dropped in the sky. I know there's fluoride in the water. We know about the GMOs. We know about the FEMA camps. We know it all, people. We know about Nazi Germany and their documents. We know about what they portrayed the Holocaust to be, because you all believed it. But you know what? You've been indoctrinated to believe history repeats itself. No, 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 you're all wrong. Read the books of antiquity. You understand history is there so that you learn, so that you don't repeat it. You learn from your mistakes, people. That's why you have a history. But these idiots have indoctrinated you all to believe that history repeats itself. Now let me tell you something. The hypocrisy that I see going on inside of that destruction of Ark, you have forced me to see it this way. You people, every one of you has forced me to see what's going on. With all the information that I have been access to in this memory bank, given to me by the great creator of this universe, every one of you have the same information in you. You just have to use your information and spread the wisdom and the knowledge and the truth and love. There ain't no peace in war, people. They've been lying to you this whole time. So anyway, when I'm looking at that Ark make a total destruction, everything's being annihilated and fumigated in that explosion of force right there in front of my face all day long. And I see the solidification in the everything coming back into its nature, its natural flow, as it solidifies back into nature. And so all this information, it just keeps boggling into my head. It just keeps going and going and going. I know about the birth certificates. I've seen that a long time ago. I know about who the CIA is. I know about the coup government. I know about, the only thing I don't know is who's actually pulling the strings of the people pulling the strings, because it goes higher than the string pullers. And you're the ones I'm talking to right now. The string pullers of the string pullers. You motherfuckers are the ones I'm coming after. And I will find you eventually. I have read the books of antiquity, and I know where life goes, and I know where it comes from, and I know how to make life continue. Sorry, folks. Now back to you people. What happened in Nazi Germany, folks? They forced all the Jews to carry documentation. They sure did. That they did. Think about that. You had to carry your documentation. And you all think that's just a driver's license. Do you think things would be any different if you didn't have that driver's license? No. You're not going to let your 8-year-old kid take your vehicle, and he ain't going to have the means to own a vehicle. If he's that responsible, then he's probably going to be responsible enough to try not to wreck it. I mean, I'm not far-fetched, people. You know I'm right. You listen to my words of reason, and you will find that there is reason to the reason. But it's what that driver's license does, people. With a birth certificate, your parents have kind of giving you away. And then, because the hypocrisy of this, you guys didn't know who you were. So you had to ask the state who you were. And then you had to prove that you were who you said you were. And so they issued you an ID. A document, people. They issued you a document. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but I am going to say this. I have offered you people two very peaceful solutions to end this mess of government, monarch, dictatorship. I don't care. You don't have to listen to anybody. You're your own king. You just have to take accountability for yourself. Take your dignity back. Because what you did is you gave your dignity away. You gave your ID away and let them issue you one, people. Don't you get it? You are one of them now. As long as you carry that ID around, you are one of them and documented as one of them. The next thing they're going to be doing is you're all having that ID. It's all got the barcode and the chip in it. Now it's going to go to the point where you can't go into grocery stores and malls without it. It's all in your head. It's all in your hand, people. I'm seeing it. And their last phase is to gather the money up. Gather the money up. Take it out of circulation. Because you won't know how to react without being able to trade something for something. You don't know how to barter. Hate to say it. People don't know how to barter. And they're going to remove the cash. And then they're going to shut down the banks. And they're not going to just shut them down instantly, people. I'm starting to see the articles now that I'm doing the research, and they've already done it. Wells Fargo here last year, they had a glitch in their system. Wells Fargo was the biggest name I remember, but there were several other big names on that banking list. And they had their glitch in their system, and it was down for several hours before the people were able to get their money again. Okay. Now we're going to start showing these glitches here and there so that the people, sorry I stepped on something, so that the people will see that the system goes down and comes back up. So they're not going to be mad when it goes down. They're not going to be so mad. Well, it's going to come back up is what the people are going to be thinking. Well, it's going to come back up. Well, it was only down for a couple hours. It'll be back up is what the people are going to be thinking. And they're going to be thinking this. And then these events of the banks shutting down, they're going to become more common. These glitches are going to happen more commonly. Then all of a sudden, because you people are so, oh, it happens all the time, then they're just going to shut them off, people. And they're going to take your money. And I laugh at all you stupid motherfuckers out there who think you're going to save up on silver, save up on gold, save all your dollars, take them out of the bank. Really? What are they worth? Can you eat them? No. Hey, you know what? You can use them for toilet paper later on, because that's all they're worth. No, people. Buy commodities that you can exchange. Alcohol, tobacco, firearms, ammunition, wheat, corn, rice, beans. Things that will be worth something. Because when maintaining your survival is the last element in your day, you're going to do what you can, trade, whatever, for something to nourish yourself. You know what I mean? That money, if you can have all the money in the world and it ain't going to be worth anything, I'm just telling you, people. Buy things that are going to be worth something in the barter system. Don't hoard your money. Get out of the money system. And if you guys would wake up before they everything I'm telling you, it's going to come to pass. I'm telling you. But if you guys would wake up and stop the digital money from influxing the world, you still have a chance to regain humanity. If you let them guys throw it into a digital money system and gather up all the dollar bills, it's going to be a lot rougher for society to regroup. See, and they know that. Nothing that's happening is by chance, people. Everything is by design. So that's what's got me so pissed off anyway, is I opted out of the system. I seen the terrorism. I've seen or saw, however you want to phrase it, the corruption in government worldwide throughout mankind's history. I've read the books. I see it. I opted out. And you people have forced me, by supporting the system, to see it for what it really is. And that's what I'm going to do, is tell it for what it really is. And if that's too hard for you people, too bad. Get out of here. As I said before, I don't give a fuck if you sub me or not. I'm just going to tell it the way it is. The way I see it. And you guys are forcing me to see it. I don't want to see it. It's driving me mad. Every day I go to work, I get madder and madder and madder. I don't see what there ain't to get, people. I really don't. I'm just going to keep putting these out there until one day, in RAM, the action against the machine is no longer producing videos. And I'm going to leave my videos up there as a manifesto to mankind, an electronic manifesto. And I will be remembered, people. I guarantee you, by my electronic actions right here, being electronically saved, trying to warn you people of everything that's going on, I will be remembered in the future regardless of what all you followers, if you have a driver's license, you are paying tribute to US Inc. If you're abiding by their traffic laws, what's traffic, people? If you get a ticket for trafficking drugs, what are you doing? Moving. Get it? You're moving drugs. If you get a traffic ticket for going downtown to buy a gallon of milk because your infant child's hungry and thirsty, what do? They pull you over and give you a traffic ticket for moving, for conducting your very essential, basic needs. Try living in a society without the immediate means of transportation. It's virtually impossible. Anyway, people, I don't know if you tuned in this far. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, thanks for just tuning in a little bit. I don't care. Like I said, I just want the message out. I'm nobody. I'm just another man, but you guys are making me see things in a whole new light. And I thank you. Because you're giving me more power and more power to speak. Because you guys are all a bunch of chicken shit cocksuckers who won't do it. And you know who you are. And you know who you aren't. Who I'm directing that question or that statement to. Bunch of spineless jellyfish. Anyway, I love humanity. It's my duty to preserve it. It's your duty to preserve it. And the only way to preserve humanity is to preserve this realm we're in. On this plane we're on. Or this Earth. Earth. It's ours. It's all we got. Thanks, people. I love you. See ya.